Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. You may have heard of a little thing called pumpkin spice that takes over every fall, and I know we're way past fall, but I finally got the pumpkin spice palette from Too Faced. It has been a big hype, this pumpkin spice palette, and it has been selling out over and over again. They keep restocking it on HSN and they keep selling it out. And every time they sell it out, I say, okay, next time I'm going to get it. Next time I'm going to jump on it. And I finally managed to jump on it this time. And I bought the kit, of course, on Easy Pay. Love that. But I thought I'd show you what I did with the pumpkin spice palette today. I've had this for a little while. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. This is the first time. But I think it's very pretty. But it's a little problematic, and I'll tell you about that. So this came in a kit. You got the palette. You got a brush, which is actually not a bad brush. I didn't use it much today, but I did use it to blend some edges, and it does blend rather nicely. It's not a bad brush. You think it has those sort of stiff looking bristles, but it's not a bad brush. And it came with a lip gloss, the Pumpkin Spice Ultra Plush Lip Gloss. Now this color is just kind of not for me. I'll show it to you. It does have a little bit of sparkle in it, and it is a true gloss. It's not really a lacquer. It's just sort of a tinted gloss like that. It's not really a good color on me. So let's jump into this palette. So the problem that I have with Too Faced's palettes is these big cardboard palettes that they do like this, usually they skimp on the quality of the shadows in them. I've noticed that with all of their holiday palettes, the one that was the Christmas tree, the 3 different pieces, the one that I have, that's the other holiday set that I got from Ulta. I did a video on that. All of these sort of big cardboard palettes from them end up just not being very pigmented. They end up being very not opaque, very sheer, just very wimpy colors once you swatch them and once you start playing with them. That's the problem I have, and especially with the metallics or the sort of sparkly ones. Those are the ones that end up being sheer and just crappy. I'm afraid that that is kind of what happened with this palette as well. I'll show you in the swatches. Some of these do not swatch well at all, and they're colors that I was really excited about too. So first of all, here are your colors. Does it smell like pumpkin spice? It doesn't to me. When I first opened this, I could smell a faint spiciness. It's kind of gotten fainter as the days have gone by, and now all I can pick up when I smell it is a mint, peppermint smell, and that's really faint. So I'm not getting any pumpkin spice out of it. So the colors I'm automatically, quickly, rapidly drawn to as soon as I open this palette up are, of course, this beautiful sparkling gold. I have that on my lid. I love this one down here with the micro glitter, the gold micro glitter. And then, of course, I'm into these two beautiful magenta colors. I really was drawn to, in the photographs I've seen of this sort of light, icy lavender down here. That turns out to be really sheer and not very exciting. And then I was very interested in this sort of sparkling duochrome pink to peach. And that one is very sheer too. So let me swatch these and show you what I'm talking about. The mattes that I used today did go on my brush really nicely. And this one went on my lid really nicely. But some of these other colors that I would like to use in the future, they just are very thin. So the way I do my swatches is I touch into a pan of something, and I go back and forth twice like that, and then I smear it on the back of my hand. So I'm not trying to dig any of these up any more than they already go on my finger. I'm not working on one harder than I'm working on another one. I try to be really judicious in my swatching. And if you can see, some of these are just really poor performers. This one here is awful. It's awful. And then this was that pretty duochroming looking pink that was up in the corner. It's got that gold to pink shift. It's so thin. This is extremely thin. Look at that one. Some of these mattes are good. I mean, they're not swatching beautifully, but they're still swatching better than the shimmer sort of ones. And then this one, I'll show you that in the pan, and you would be like, I want to put that on my eye, but just look at that. I mean, there's no pigment to these. So I think this palette had some good potential, but I don't know if it followed through. Let me show you what I did with the palette today. Okay, I'm going to put a little of this Love You a Latte on my crease and arch there as a base for the rest of my colors. Okay, I am now going to dip into Oh My Gourd and use that as a transition area stuff. Buffing the edge of that with the Love You a Latte color again. And now I must use the color called Pumpkin Spice in my inner corner, my inner crease. What am I talking about? Inner crease. That's a lovely color. I'm not smelling anything from this palette as I'm applying it. Dusting up under the brow bone with something sweet, just right here. And that is, it's actually, it looks pink in the pan, but it's actually a gold, a very light gold. You can see that goldness there. And now dipping into spiced coffee and putting that in my crease as well. I'm putting that just right in here. I got some on my lid there. I'm gonna have to go back and clean that off, but I'm just gonna put that right through here. I just took some more of that Oh My Gourd and went along the edge of that burgundy color that I just put down to try to buff all that edge out. A little bit of fallout on that spiced coffee. That went on a brush nicely. Now I'm going to work on this lid. I am going to be brave and dip into the golden pumpkin color with my finger and put that on my lid. This one is a little rougher feeling than any of the other colors in this palette. It's completely different. It is so glittery. Do we love it? Yes, we do. So going on a brush to put it in my inner corner here, that did well. Of course, I just have concealer on my lids as a primer, so it's sticking directly to that. I think I'm going to, with my finger, put Sweater Weather in that outer corner or outer third, sort of. I don't know how that would perform on a brush because it is a rather harder color. Fallen Fudge is right here. I'm going to get a small fluffy brush and sort of fluff that in the outer corner. This one's okay, but some of these others have been kind of sheer fails. And now back to line under my eyes with Fallen Fudge. Putting Fallen Fudge out this way. I'm going to continue lining under there with Oh My Gourd right here. So if you're curious about what I have on my lips, I had to dig into that little gingerbread set that Too Faced made with the melted mattes in it. I used this color on first, and that one is a hot buttered rum, and it smells wonderful. And then in the middle I dotted a little of the sugar cookie color. So if you can see in this outer corner, I didn't end up getting a lot of darkness out of the darker shades that I wanted to do out there. That's just how these Too Faced palettes are. Some of their berry colors don't end up being really impactful. I feel like this palette has a lot sort of in common with their gingerbread spice palette. I feel like those colors are there's a lot of kind of similarities. And I think the quality on the gingerbread spice is so much better than this one. Kind of similar in colors. I just would rather have this palette than this one because this one is just not, it's hit and miss. And I like a lot of the quality in a lot of the shades on that top one in the gingerbread spice. Let me know if any of you guys picked this palette up and if you're semi-disappointed with it like I was, and if you were super excited to get it like I was. And let me know what your thoughts are on it because I'm just finding it kind of hit and miss. I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.